Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you try, life keeps pushing you down? Do you ever wonder why some people remain calm and strong, even in the middle of chaos? What if winning every situation isn't about controlling the outside world, but mastering the world within? Imagine this. Two people lose their jobs on the same day. One breaks down, filled with fear and anger. The other smiles gently, takes a deep breath, and calmly begins to plan his next step. Same situation, different reaction. Who really won? Welcome to Wisdom Woven. If you're tired of struggling through life and want real, peaceful strength, you're in the right place. This series will guide you through Buddhist teachings that can change how you face every challenge. But before we dive deep, there's something important. There's so many views on this channel, but only 0.2% subscribe. If you find value in this video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. It helps us grow, and it helps you grow too. Let's win together. Buddhism doesn't teach you to run from problems. It teaches you to face them with a quiet, fearless heart. Real victory isn't loud. It doesn't come from shouting or fighting. It comes from peace, from calm decisions, from knowing that nothing outside can shake you when your inside is steady. The Buddha said, "You are your own master." That means no one can save you, but also no one can stop you. Every situation in life becomes easier when your mind is clear and still. The battle is not outside. The battle is in your thoughts, in your reactions, in your ego. This is just the beginning. As this series continues, you'll learn how to let go of what doesn't help you, how to observe before reacting, and how to become deeply powerful in silence. Stay with us. Your mind is stronger than you think. And when you free it, you truly start to win. Let's begin. Mastering response, not reaction. So, you wish to win every situation in life. Then listen carefully, like a still lake listens to the wind. It begins not with power, not with speed, not with control over others, but with the space between what happens and how you respond. Every day, life throws something at you. A rude word, a sudden problem, a painful memory, a change you didn't ask for. And every time, you are given a choice, react or respond. Most people don't choose. They react, like a drum that makes sound the moment it's hit. But you could be different. You can become like the mountain. Firm, unmoving, watching, deciding. Reaction is fast, hot, and emotional. It comes from habit. It comes from fear. It comes from pain. But response? Response is slow, calm, wise. It comes from awareness. It comes from understanding. It comes from presence. The Buddha said, "An angry man is like one who throws burning coal at another, with bare hands." Think about that. When you react with anger, stress, or panic, who gets burned first? Always it is you. Now, my dear listener, let me tell you something very simple. Winning doesn't mean defeating others. It means not being defeated by your own emotions. And that begins by learning to pause. When someone insults you, do nothing for a moment. Feel the heat rise, but don't speak. Breathe. Let the wave pass. Then, ask yourself, what does this person's anger have to do with your peace? Often it's nothing. When bad news comes, your heart may race. Let it race. Watch it. Say to yourself, this is fear visiting me. Treat it like a guest, not a master. You are the home. Emotions only pass through. You don't need to fight your reactions. You only need to see them. Seeing them clearly breaks their power. This is what mindfulness is. And mindfulness is the master key to every locked situation. A man once came to the Buddha, furious. He shouted, insulted, and cursed. The Buddha sat still and asked, "If someone offers you a gift and you do not accept it, to whom does the gift belong?" The man was silent. The Buddha smiled gently and said, "Then I do not accept your anger. This is the art. Not pushing back, not running away, but standing calm like a deep well. Clear, still, strong. When you can do this, you will see how many problems solve themselves, simply because you didn't make them worse." So how we practice this? Not just by thinking about it, but by living it. Start small. When you spill something, instead of getting upset, pause and smile. When someone interrupts you, breathe before speaking. These are your daily dojos, your training grounds. Response is like a muscle. You build it one breath at a time, one pause at a time, one kind word instead of sharp one. It's okay to feel anger, but you don't have to throw it. You can hold it gently, like a hot cup, and set it down when it cools. Remember, a wise person is not someone who never feels strong emotions. It's someone who doesn't let those emotions drive their actions. You are not a slave to your reactions. You are the master of your mind. Sometimes, silence is the most powerful response. Not because you have nothing to say, but because you choose peace over winning an argument. There is more strength in quiet patience than in shouting to be heard. Even in the storm, the ocean has a calm place deep below. Find that place inside you. Sit in it. Trust it. Speak from it. And you will notice something magical. People begin to treat you differently. They feel your steadiness. They respect your calm. In Buddhism, we speak of equanimity, a mind that remains balanced in gain and loss, praise and blame, success and failure. The world will always move, but you don't have to sway with every wind. Look at the candle. It gives light. It melts slowly, but even if the room is dark, it doesn't panic. It simply shines. You too can be that light. Quiet, warm, steady. Sometimes people will test you. They will try to pull you into their chaos. Don't go. It's not your responsibility to match their energy. Rise above, not with pride, but with peace. The strongest warriors in life are not the loudest. They are the ones who have trained their minds to stay calm when the world is not. This is your true power, and no one can take it from you. Even when you make mistakes, and you will, respond to yourself with kindness. Don't beat yourself up. That's just another reaction. Instead, reflect, learn, grow. Say, now I understand better, and move on. Buddhism teaches us that every reaction is a seed. If you plant anger, you grow conflict. If you plant calm, you grow understanding. What kind of garden do you want your life to be? When you pause before responding, you give yourself freedom. You step out of old patterns. You stop being a puppet. You become the puppeteer of your life. One step at a time, you can rewire your habits. And the more you do it, the more natural it becomes. Your nervous system will change. Your mind will soften. Your heart will open. You will glow differently. Others may not notice right away. That's okay. This change is for you. Your peace is your victory. The world will reflect it back in time. Now, take this teaching with you today. Observe. Pause. Choose. Practice this not only with others, but with yourself. The next time you feel the heat rise, remember, you are the mountain. You are the candle. You are the deep well. You don't need to control every situation. You only need to control your response to it. And when you do, you begin to win not just one moment, but your entire life. Let the fire within be steady. Let your breath guide you. Let your awareness grow sharp, but your heart stay soft. This is not a lesson for just one day. It is a way of living, a way of being, a path walked step by step. But every step you take, every pause you choose, brings you closer to true strength. The kind of strength no one sees, but everyone feels. You are not here to fight the world. You are here to master yourself. And when you do that, every situation becomes a chance, not a threat. A chance to shine, a chance to grow, a chance to respond like the Buddha. So walk on, gently, mindfully, powerfully. You're already on the path. And with each breath, you go deeper. Keep going. You are winning. The power of right view and clarity. Sit down, child. Take a breath. Not a forced one, just a gentle one. Let the world fade for a moment. Let the sounds come and go like birds across the sky. You don't need to chase them. They come. They go. Good. Now listen, because this part is important. Many people live like someone walking through a forest in the dark. They hear every sound and panic. They bump into trees, trip over stones, and blame the forest. But the problem is not the forest. It's the lack of light. They can't see clearly. That's how most people live. They fight with their life, not because life is cruel, but because their view is clouded. Their eyes are covered by fear, anger, judgment, expectation, desire, and memory. So they react again and again without understanding anything clearly. That's why they lose. In Buddhism, we call this right view. It is the first step on the Noble Eightfold Path. But don't be confused by the term. It does not mean judging what is good or bad. It means seeing things as they are, not as you think they are. To see clearly is the most powerful thing you can ever do. Let me give you an example. A man walks down the street. Someone bumps into him and walks away without saying sorry. The man becomes angry. He shouts. He curses. His whole day is ruined. Now imagine another version of that man. Same situation. Someone bumps into him. He stumbles. Then he sees the other person was blind. Suddenly, the anger melts. The shouting stops. He even feels compassion. Nothing changed except his view. Do you see how powerful that is? Right view doesn't come from books. It doesn't come from clever words or teachers or even monks. It comes from looking deeply into yourself and asking, what am I really seeing? And what am I adding to it? The truth is, most people don't see situations. They see their stories about the situation. You lose your job, and your mind says, I'm a failure. But that's not true. You're simply a person who lost a job. That's all. The rest is a story. When you see that clearly, fear drops. Your friend doesn't reply to your message. Your mind says, they're ignoring me. But maybe they're busy. Maybe their phone died. Maybe they're having a hard day. Or maybe they forgot. If you see clearly, you won't jump to hurtful conclusions. Clarity is kindness. Clarity is strength. When your view is right, you stop reacting and start responding. You become free. You stop being a puppet of emotions. You become the master of your mind. Isn't that what victory really means? Now I know you may ask, how do I get this right view? It starts with silence. Not silence from the world. Silence inside. When your thoughts slow down, even for a few seconds, something magical happens. Your mind becomes like still water. In still water, you can see clearly. But in muddy water, nothing is clear. So every day, take time to be still. Sit, breathe, watch your thoughts come and go. Don't judge them. Don't chase them. Just observe. This practice is not easy at first. Your mind will resist. It will say, this is boring, or this isn't working. Smile. That's just the noise of old habits dying. Stay. Slowly, very slowly, you'll begin to notice. You don't have to believe every thought. You don't have to follow every emotion. You can just see. And in that seeing, your power grows. Clarity does not mean you'll never suffer, but it means you won't suffer unnecessarily. When your view is wrong, you carry 100 pounds of pain for a 1-pound problem. But when your view is right, even a 100-pound problem feels lighter because you understand it deeply. You respond with wisdom, not panic. Now let's talk about something deeper. Right view also means understanding impermanence. Everything changes. Everything. Your feelings, your body, your relationships, your thoughts, your situation, all of it. Most suffering happens because people believe things should stay the same. But that's not how life works. When you see clearly that everything rises and falls, you stop holding so tightly. You become gentle, flexible, calm. You don't break when the wind comes. You bend, and then you rise again. Right view also means seeing cause and effect. Karma. Your actions matter. Your thoughts matter. What you do today shapes what you feel tomorrow. You may not see the results immediately, but they're there, quietly growing like seeds underground. So when someone hurts you and you don't react with hate, that's a seed. When you choose patience instead of anger, that's a seed. When you walk away from gossip, from drama, from ego, that's a seed. Right view lets you see what you're planting. And once you see that, you can choose wisely. But remember this too. Right view is not something you get once and keep forever. It is like cleaning your glasses every day. Every situation brings dust. Every emotion adds fog. So you keep clearing again and again. That's the practice. Many people think winning means proving others wrong or reaching some big success. But real winning is simple. It's being at peace in the middle of the storm. It's seeing clearly when others are confused. It's being free from the games of the world. You don't need to shout to win. You just need to see. So walk slowly. Watch closely. Listen deeply. Don't rush. Every situation in life is offering you a lesson, a truth, a gift. But if your view is clouded, you miss it. With right view, you begin to understand not just others, but yourself. You begin to notice your triggers, your fears, your patterns, and you gently step outside them. And once you do that, you've already won. Not by force, not by cleverness, but by truth. Keep going, child. Keep watching. Keep clearing the fog. Because when the mind is clear, the path appears. And no one can stop you then. Letting go, the art of non-attachment. Sit down, my child. Let your breath be soft. Let your shoulders drop. Let the weight you carry pause for a moment. Today, I will speak to you about something very old, very deep, and very simple, but also very hard for most people to practice. Letting go. Yes, that's simple. Letting go. You carry so much. Pain, memories, hopes, people, past regrets, future fears, what someone said, what you wished happened, what should have happened, what didn't happen. All of this you hold in your heart and mind like a traveler dragging 100 bags on a journey. You think, if I let go, I will lose. But listen carefully, letting go is not losing. Letting go is freedom. Imagine standing in a river, trying to hold on to the water. You close your fists around it tightly, but what happens? The water slips away, and you're left tired, frustrated, with nothing. But if you just open your hands, let the river flow, you will feel peace. This is how life works too. Try to cling to it, and it slips away. Let it flow, and it becomes beautiful. In Buddhism, we do not speak of owning anything, not even people or feelings. We say, this too is not mine. Even your thoughts are like clouds in the sky. Let them pass. You are not the sky and not the clouds. You're the space in which all these things appear and disappear. When people hurt you, you hold on to the hurt. Why? You believe that remembering the pain protects you. But in truth, it is like hugging a burning coal, hoping the other person gets burned. The coal only burns your own hands. Forgiveness is not weakness. Forgiveness is dropping the coal. Letting go does not mean you stop caring. No, not at all. It means you care without needing control. It means you love someone, but you don't chain them to your expectations. You trust life. You trust the unfolding. You stop trying to fix everything, and you start being present with everything. Do you know why people suffer so much in relationships? Because they attach tightly to how they believe things should be. They fall in love, and then they try to freeze the person like a picture. Don't change. Stay like this. Do what makes me happy. But people change. You change. Life moves. If you keep demanding stillness from what is always flowing, you will always be disappointed. Letting go means opening your heart like the sky. Let everything pass through, but hold on to nothing. If someone loves you, let them love you freely. If they leave, let them go peacefully. Don't grab. Don't beg. Don't trap. If the love is true, it will stay. If it's not, it was never yours to begin with. Sometimes you must also let go of who you used to be. Yes, that version of you that was strong or happy or hopeful. That version that laughed more, trusted more. Life changes us. The seasons of the soul turn, and sometimes you must let the leaves fall. That is not failure. That is growth. A tree does not mourn its fallen leaves. It knows new ones will grow. You may ask, how do I let go? First, become aware of what you're holding. Often we don't even realize we're gripping something tightly. Breathe. Be still. Notice what feels heavy inside you. Is it a memory? A dream? A person? A fear? Name it. Hold it gently in your awareness, like a soft candlelight in the dark. Then slowly say to yourself, it's okay. I release you. You may need to say it 100 times. That's okay. Every time you say it, your grip weakens. Remember this. Letting go is a practice, not a one-time event. Just like you clean your room often, you must clean your mind and heart again and again. Don't feel bad when the pain returns. Just begin again. With gentleness. With patience. The Buddha taught us that attachment is the root of suffering. This doesn't mean you stop loving. It means you stop grasping. Imagine holding a bird. If you grip it too tightly, you harm it. If you hold it gently, it may stay with you. And if it flies away, you smile and watch it go, thankful it came at all. Letting go also means dropping your desire to be right all the time. It means giving up the need to control how others see you. You're not responsible for their opinions. You are responsible only for your truth, your peace. Every time you let go of needing approval, you gain freedom. Real strength is quiet. It doesn't need a stage. Sometimes, we must also let go of pain that no one else sees. Silent grief, unspoken fears, unseen wounds. Carrying them alone doesn't make you strong. Letting them go, seeking healing, sitting quietly and saying, I am hurting and I want to be free, that makes you strong. A mountain does not shout, yet it is solid. Be like that. You don't need to run away from your emotions to let go. Feel them. Feel the anger, the sadness, the fear. But don't let them build a home inside you. Let them visit like passing guests. Serve them tea if you must, but do not ask them to stay. Letting go will not always feel peaceful. Sometimes it feels like a heartbreak, a breaking open. But that break is where the light gets in. That break is where the seed splits to grow into a tree. You must allow some parts of you to fall away so the new ones can rise. Some people will not understand your peace. That's okay. You don't need to explain your letting go. Let silence explain it for you. Let your calm presence speak louder than your words. You may still love the people you've let go. You may still visit the places, remember the times. But your peace will not depend on them. That is true freedom. That is the art of non-attachment. Child, when you hold nothing, you can hold everything. When your hands are empty, the universe can fill them. Trust life. It knows where to take you. Your only task is to let go of the rope that burns your hands. The world will tell you that holding on makes you strong. But I tell you, true strength is in surrender. The wind does not hold the leaves, yet it moves them across the sky. Let go, breathe, smile, and begin again. That is the way of the unshakable mind. That is how you win, not by force, not by holding on, but by the soft power of letting go. And in letting go, everything begins to come together. Wisdom in the face of adversity. Sit down, my child. Let me tell you something that most people forget when life becomes difficult. Adversity is not the enemy. It is the teacher. You may think you're losing when things fall apart, but that is only because your eyes are focused on the surface. Look deeper. When the winds howl, the tree either breaks or bends. The wise learn to bend. The unwise keep asking, why is this happening to me? But the wise ask, what is this trying to teach me? Let me tell you a small story. A man once came to me, angry at the world. His business had failed, his family had turned away, and his mind was full of fire. He asked, why is life so unfair? I poured him a cup of tea, but I kept pouring even after the cup was full. He shouted, stop. It's overflowing. I looked at him and said, just like your mind. When our mind is full of complaints, of fear, of expectations, there is no space for wisdom. Wisdom comes only when we empty the cup. Do you know what happens when a mountain stands in front of you? Most people try to move it. They waste all their energy pushing. But the wise walk around it. Some even climb it and enjoy the view. Adversity is not your punishment. It is your training. Every difficulty is like a stone on the path. You can trip over it, or you can step on it and rise. The stone doesn't decide. You do. Now let's go deeper. In Buddhism, there's a word dukkha. It means suffering, dissatisfaction, discomfort. It is the first truth the Buddha taught. He didn't say this to make people sad. He said it because it is honest. Everyone suffers, rich or poor, old or young. No one escapes. But here's the part people miss. Dukkha is not a life sentence. It is a signal, a whisper. It tells you something inside needs attention. A storm comes. You can't stop it, but you can find shelter. The shelter is not outside. It's within your own awareness. When your mind is clear like still water, even the loudest storm cannot disturb you. One day, a student asked me, Master, how can I stay calm when people insult me? I smiled and said, if someone offers you a gift and you don't take it, who does it belong to? He paused. It belongs to them. I nodded. Then do not accept their anger. Let them keep it. This is wisdom in adversity, to see that not everything deserves your attention. Some fires burn brighter when you blow on them. Let them die on their own. Life is full of moments where things don't go your way. Someone misunderstands you. A plan fails. Health fades. Time moves faster than you wish. But you still have a choice how you see the situation. Many people think winning in life means being stronger than others. But in Buddhism, winning means being stronger than your own reactions. Imagine you're standing by a river. The water flows fast, full of leaves, mud, noise. That river is your thoughts. When something bad happens, your thoughts rush. This is terrible. Why me? I can't handle this. You want to jump into the river and fight the current. But I tell you, just sit on the bank. Watch. Let the thoughts pass. Do not chase them. Do not believe all of them. Just observe. Soon the river calms. Then wisdom appears. Do not try to fix everything in the middle of chaos. First, become still. From that stillness, your next move will be clear. This is not weakness. This is the greatest strength. People ask me, how do I become wise? I say, stop reacting. Start watching. When you observe your own mind, you begin to see which thoughts are real and which are just noise. The Buddha once said, hatred is never ended by hatred, but by love. This is an eternal rule. When someone attacks you, you do not win by striking back harder. You win by standing so still that their weapons fall through you like wind. In adversity, you will discover who you really are. A person who is calm only when everything is easy is not truly calm. A person who can smile in pain, speak gently under pressure, walk slowly in a storm. That person has found true power. Do you know the bamboo plant? For years, it shows no growth above the ground. People think it is dead, but underground, it is growing deep roots. Then suddenly it shoots up tall and fast. Your strength is like that bamboo. Adversity builds your roots. Do not rush to bloom. Build your base. When things don't go your way, stop asking, how do I escape this? And start asking, what is this moment teaching me? Maybe it's teaching patience. Maybe it's teaching surrender. Maybe it's teaching how to be kind even when the world is not kind to you. A wise person treats adversity like a mirror. It shows you where you still hold fear, anger, pride. It reflects your inner world. Use it to clean yourself, not to break yourself. Once I saw two people get soaked in the rain. One cursed the sky. The other danced. The rain didn't change. They did. So, my child, when trouble comes next time, do not shout at it. Sit. Breathe. Watch. Let your mind become clear like a mountain lake. In that silence, answers will come. You will not need to force anything. You will not need to win over anyone. You will simply understand that wisdom in adversity is not about escape, but about seeing things clearly. And that clarity is victory. Remember this always. The storm may come, but you're not the storm. You are the sky, winning through stillness and silence. Silence is not empty. It is full of answers. You see, young one, the world today is always noisy, always moving. People rush, talk too much, argue, scroll endlessly. But in all that movement, they miss the secret. The true strength is not found in shouting louder or running faster. It is found in stillness, in silence. When a pond is disturbed, you cannot see your reflection. But when the water is still, it becomes a mirror. In the same way, when your mind is always moving, filled with thoughts, emotions, and noise, you cannot see yourself clearly. You cannot make good decisions. You cannot feel peace. But when you learn to sit, to be still, and to be silent, suddenly everything becomes clear. You begin to understand not only the world, but yourself. This is the way of Zen. This is the path to winning without fighting. Let me tell you a simple story. A student once came to the Zen Master and asked, "Master, how can I find peace in this crazy world?" The Master smiled and said nothing. The student waited. 1 minute, 2 minutes. Still, the Master said nothing. Finally, the student grew uncomfortable and asked again, "Why won't you answer me?" The Master opened his eyes and said gently, "I've been showing you peace all this time, but you're too busy looking for words. You see, silence is the answer. In silence, the mind calms, the heart softens, and when you're still, you see the world differently. There's a great strength in doing nothing, not the nothing of laziness, but the nothing of awareness, like a mountain that doesn't move when the wind blows. like the ocean that holds all storms but never leaves its place. When someone insults you, what do? You react, yes? You feel the fire, the anger, the pain. But what if, in that moment, you said nothing? Did nothing? Not because you're weak, but because you're wise. That silence would break the cycle of pain. The other person's fire would burn out because you gave it no fuel. This is how you win. Not with fists, not with words, but with silence that holds power. Buddha once said, "Better than 1,000 hollow words is one word that brings peace." But sometimes, even one word is too much. The deepest peace does not come from language. It comes from a space between words, from a space between thoughts. If you want to win every situation in life, you must learn to stop, to breathe, to listen deeply. When you are silent, you hear the truth behind people's words. You hear their pain, their fear, their insecurity. And then, instead of reacting, you can respond with compassion, or with stillness, or with simple presence. People think winning means having the last word. But the wise one knows. The one who doesn't need to speak is already beyond the game. The world will test you. People will try to pull you into arguments. They will poke you, challenge you, misunderstand you. But if your mind is still, if your heart is calm, you will not fall. You don't need to attend every fight you're invited to. You can simply bow, smile, and walk away. That is not weakness. That is strength. In Zen, there is a saying, "Sit still, do nothing. Spring comes, and the grass grows by itself." What does that mean? It means that nature knows what to do. Life knows how to unfold. You do not always need to interfere. You do not always need to push or control. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is wait and let things flow. Have you noticed? After a storm, the sky becomes clearer. But you can't rush the storm. You can only be still while it passes. In your life, storms will come. Anger, loss, confusion, failure. But you don't have to get caught in every cloud. You can sit like the mountain and watch the storm pass. Stillness is not about doing nothing forever. It is about pausing long enough to see clearly. When you act from stillness, your action is powerful. It is not random. It is not emotional. It is wise, sharp, and true. A sword that is drawn too quickly cuts carelessly, but a sword that is lifted only when needed, with clarity and calm, never misses. Young one, listen carefully now. Every day, take a few minutes and just sit. No phone, no noise, no goal. Just sit and breathe. At first, your mind will resist. It will scream, "This is boring. You're wasting time." But stay. Stay until the screaming stops. Stay until you hear the silence beneath the noise. That silence is your true self. That silence is where peace lives. That silence is where wisdom is born. Do not confuse silence with passiveness. A tiger in the forest is silent, but full of power. The wind makes no sound until it moves, but it can shape mountains. You too can be like that. Calm on the outside, powerful on the inside. Not disturbed by what people say, not controlled by emotions, not shaken by the storms of life. This is the strength of stillness. This is the warrior who does not fight and yet wins every battle. Now I ask you this. When was the last time you sat alone in silence? When was the last time you allowed your thoughts to slow down? Try it today, just for 5 minutes. Close your eyes. Sit still. Breathe slowly. Feel your heartbeat. Feel your breath. Feel the space around you. Let your thoughts come, but don't follow them. Watch them like clouds passing through the sky. And slowly, you'll start to notice a calmness you didn't know was there. That calmness is your strength. That stillness is your power. That silence is your victory. Do not look for loud answers. The loudest answers are often the most shallow. The real answers come in whispers. And to hear whispers, you must be quiet. So, remember this truth. In stillness, you see. In silence, you hear. In calmness, you win. That is how you win every situation in life. Not by being louder, not by being faster, but by being still. And in that stillness, you become unshakable. The eightfold path to unstoppable strength. In the quiet of the mountains, a student once asked the Zen Master, "Master, how does one become truly strong, not just in body, but in mind and spirit? How does one win every situation in life? The master smiled, eyes gentle yet deep. True strength, he said, is not the force that breaks things apart. It is the harmony that holds everything together. It is not the shout that frightens, but the silence that understands. You see, the master continued, life is a path, and this path is often unclear. We stumble, lose our way, and face storms. But the Buddha taught a way, the Eightfold Path. This path is like a compass that guides you through the darkest forest to the clear light beyond. The student listened closely, eager to understand. The first step, the master explained, is right view. Without seeing clearly, we wander blindly. Right view means understanding the nature of reality, that everything changes, that suffering comes from craving and ignorance. When you truly see this, your mind begins to let go of the illusions that trap it. He paused, then said, imagine holding tightly to a rope that is burning your hand. Right view is realizing the rope is fire, and to win, you must release your grip. Next comes right intention. It is not enough to see clearly. Your heart must follow. Right intention means cultivating kindness, compassion, and harmlessness. When your mind is free from greed, hatred, and cruelty, you are no longer your own enemy. The master looked into the distance, his voice soft. How can you fight a battle when your own heart is restless and full of anger? True strength comes when your intention is pure and your spirit is gentle. The third step is right speech. Words are powerful. They can wound or heal. Speaking truthfully and kindly builds trust and peace. Avoid lies, harshness, and gossip. When your speech is right, you create harmony even in conflict. He smiled slightly. Remember, winning every situation doesn't mean shouting the loudest. Sometimes silence or a few kind words are your greatest victory. Then comes right action. Our deeds shape our world. Acting with integrity, not stealing, not harming, living morally, creates a foundation of trust and respect. When your actions are right, you carry an invisible armor that shields you from harm. Imagine walking through a storm with a strong umbrella. Right action is your umbrella. The fifth step is right livelihood. How you earn your living affects your soul. Choose work that does not harm others or yourself. When your livelihood is honest and wholesome, your mind is peaceful and strength grows quietly inside you. Even if your path is humble, the peace within is vast. The sixth step is right effort. Effort means perseverance, but not blind force. It is the steady, calm determination to let go of harmful thoughts and nurture good ones. When your effort is right, you water the seeds of wisdom and compassion. The master's eyes sparkled. Winning every situation is not about immediate success, but about never giving up on the journey of becoming better. Seventh is right mindfulness. Be present in each moment. Observe your thoughts, feelings, and surroundings without judgment. When you are mindful, you catch harmful patterns before they take root and choose your responses wisely. He added, mindfulness is like a lantern in the dark. It reveals what was hidden. The final step is right concentration. This is the ability to focus deeply, to calm the mind like still water. When your mind is steady, distractions fade and clarity shines. From this calm place, true wisdom arises. The master folded his hands. Through concentration, you connect with your deepest self, the part that is untouched by turmoil. He looked kindly at the student. The Eightfold Path is not a strict rulebook, but a guide to living with strength and peace. Each step supports the others, weaving together like threads in a cloth. Do not rush. Walk this path slowly and steadily. Strength that comes quickly often falls quickly. Strength that grows from wisdom and kindness endures all storms. The student bowed deeply. Master, how do I remember all this when life pulls me in so many directions? The master smiled softly. Begin where you are. Take one step, one breath, one thought at a time. When anger rises, remember right intention. When you speak, pause and choose right speech. When your mind wanders, return to right mindfulness. Each small act of awareness and kindness is a victory. He added, and remember this, strength is not about winning over others. It is about winning over yourself. When you master your mind, no situation can defeat you. The student felt a quiet peace fill his heart. He understood that the path to unstoppable strength was not about force or power, but about wisdom, compassion, and steady effort. The master rose and said, "Go now, and practice with patience. The true victory is the journey itself, transforming pain into power, as told by the Zen Master. Sit down, breathe gently, and listen closely. Today, I will not tell you how to escape pain. I will teach you how to transform it. Pain is not the enemy." I know that sounds strange. We grow up being taught to run from pain, to fear it, to hide it. But in truth, pain is a great teacher. The problem is not pain itself. It is our relationship with it. You see, when we run from pain, we never get the chance to hear what it came to say. Let me tell you a story. There was once a young man who came to me, his eyes full of tears, his shoulders heavy. He had lost his job, his partner had left him, and he felt alone in the world. He asked me, "Why is this happening to me? What did I do wrong?" I looked at him and said, "Nothing. Life simply changed direction. Your pain is not punishment. It is an invitation." He was confused. So I explained. Pain knocks on your door when something within you is ready to grow. But if you keep the door locked, pain will keep knocking louder and louder. When we ignore it, deny it, or numb it, we delay our own growth. Now listen carefully. The lotus flower, the symbol of purity in Buddhism, grows in the dirtiest mud. Without the mud, there is no lotus. Just like that, without pain, there is no deep wisdom, no lasting strength, no true compassion. Pain is not something outside of you. Pain becomes a part of your story, and you have the power to decide how the story goes. How do you begin to transform pain into power? First, you stop running. Sit with it. Don't label it as bad. Just observe it. Watch where it sits in your body. Does it tighten your chest? Does it sit heavy in your stomach? Does it echo in your mind? Observe, gently, without judgment. This is not easy. I will never lie to you and say it is. But it is simple. You do not need to fix everything at once. You do not need to be happy right away. All you need is to be present. When you're truly present with your pain, you start to understand it. And when you understand it, you stop fearing it. Then comes the second step. Learn from it. Ask your pain, "Why have you come?" Sometimes pain comes to show you where you've placed your worth. In people, in things, in titles that were never truly yours. Sometimes it comes to push you out of a comfort zone that was secretly a cage. And sometimes pain comes simply to teach you compassion for yourself and for others. You cannot control every event in life, but you can always choose how you respond. That is your secret power. That is your inner victory. Let me tell you about the old monk who burned his hand while preparing tea. He did not scream. He did not curse. He simply said, "Ah, so even this is part of my practice." He did not mean he enjoyed the pain, but he accepted it as part of life. With calm breath, he allowed the sting to teach him presence. This is how the wise live. They do not avoid the fire. They learn to sit calmly by it, to understand its heat, and even, one day, to find warmth in it. Some say, "But my pain is too much. You don't know what I've been through." Yes, I do not know your exact story, but I know the shape of human suffering. It is shared. Each person carries some weight, some wound, some secret sorrow. You are not alone in this. Your pain is not a mistake. It is your gateway. And here's something important. Pain transforms you whether you want it to or not. But how it transforms you, that's in your hands. You can become bitter, or you can become wiser. You can shut down, or you can open deeper. You can let it harden you, or you can let it soften you into someone more awake, more alive, more kind. That choice is always yours. There was once a tree that stood in a storm. Wind tore its branches. Rain soaked its roots. Lightning struck near its base. But the next morning when the storm passed, that tree stood taller, stronger, with roots that now reached deeper into the earth. That tree did not choose the storm, but it chose what to become because of it. You're that tree, and even in your hardest moments, You can whisper to yourself, I am growing. One day, you will look back at the pain and realize it was the beginning of your power. It forced you to wake up, to change, to dig deep, to become more than you were. That is a gift, though it may come wrapped in thorns. Pain will still come. Life will still shake you, but you will no longer fear it, because now, you know it is not against you. It is shaping you. Do not rush your healing. Some wounds take time. Some nights feel endless. But even in the darkest hours, the seed of light is already inside you. You don't need to chase it. Just stop running from yourself, and you'll find it. So, take a breath. Feel whatever is within you right now. Let it rise. Let it pass. You are not broken. You are becoming. When you embrace your pain, it turns into a source of strength no one can take from you. That is how you win. Not with control, not with resistance, but with surrender, with understanding, with peace. That's the Zen way, and it's waiting for you every moment. Keep walking, keep watching, keep trusting. The power you seek is already within you. Let your pain lead you there. Karma and the long game of life. Sit down, child. Rest your heart. Let the noise of the world fade just for a while. Today we will speak of something people fear, misunderstand, or simply ignore: karma. But not in the way you may have heard from superstition or gossip. No, we will look deeper. We will understand karma not as punishment, but as a path. Not as fear, but as quiet justice moving through time. Let me ask you something. Have you ever planted a seed and expected it to grow the next morning? Of course not. You know the seed must be watered, cared for, and given time. That's how karma works. Every word you say, every thought you hold, every action you take, these are all seeds. They do not bloom today, but one day, when the season is right, they will rise. Many people live their lives thinking only of quick wins, fast rewards, shortcuts. They want to win the game in a day. But the wise one understands, life is not a race, it is a rhythm. Karma is not instant, but it is certain. Just because you don't see results now, doesn't mean your effort is wasted. If your intention is pure and your action is right, you have already begun to win. Do not fear karma. Fear the mind that forgets it. For karma is not here to punish you. It is here to guide you. If you hurt someone and you feel guilt, that guilt is not karma punishing you. It is karma reminding you, child, this was not your highest self. Do better next time. When you help someone and feel warmth inside, that is karma too. That is the universe whispering, yes, you are on the path. But many people ask, why do bad people seem to succeed? Ah, the long game, my dear. They may rise fast, but if their foundation is built on lies, it will shake. Have you ever seen a tree grow tall without deep roots? No. It may stand for a while, but the first storm will break it. Karma waits. Karma watches. And karma moves when the time is ripe. And what about you? You who are kind, but often feel broken. You who are honest, but feel ignored. You who try your best, but see no reward. Let me tell you, nothing is wasted. Not one tear. Not one smile. Every kind act builds your future. Every time you choose patience over anger, you grow stronger roots. You are not unseen. You are simply in the season of planting. Your harvest will come. But be careful not to use karma as a weapon. They will get what they deserve. This is not the heart of a peaceful soul. Let karma do its work. You stay clean. You stay kind. Don't let the darkness of others poison your light. The moment you wish someone harm, you plant a seed of suffering in your own garden. Protect your soil. There is a story of a monk who was insulted by a rude man in the marketplace. The man shouted, cursed, even spat at him. But the monk simply bowed and walked away. A young student asked him later, Master, why did you not reply? Why didn't you defend yourself? The monk smiled and said, if someone offers you a gift and you don't take it, to whom does the gift belong? The student replied, it belongs to the giver. The monk said, exactly, and so I left his anger with him. This, child, is the power of understanding karma. You don't have to fight every battle. You don't have to react to every insult. The world may throw stones, but you don't have to catch them. Let them fall. Let them return to the earth. Now listen carefully. Karma is not just about actions. it is also about intention. Two people can do the same thing, but carry different karma. One gives to the poor for praise, the other gives quietly out of love. The action looks the same, but the seeds are different. One blooms with pride, the other with peace. So always ask yourself, why am I doing this? The answer matters more than the act itself. Also, understand this. Karma is not only personal. Families carry karma. Nations carry karma. Even a planet carries karma. When many people act with hate, the world suffers. When people choose greed, nature feels the weight. And when people choose peace, the world breathes again. So your actions are not small. You are connected to everything. A kind act is like lighting a candle in a dark cave. It helps more than you know. Sometimes karma takes lifetimes. The Buddha taught that some effects are not seen in this life. But that should not weaken your heart. You don't need to see the fruit to trust the tree. Keep walking in kindness. Keep planting love. Let karma take care of the rest. There is also a secret here. When you truly understand karma, you don't fear it anymore. Instead, you begin to shape it. You realize, if I change my choices today, I can change my future. This is the beginning of real power. You no longer feel like a victim of life. You feel like a creator. Do you feel that? That small flame of hope. That is your power returning. Because karma is not fate. It is a river. You can change its direction by how you walk, by how you think, by how you love. So even if you have done wrong before, it's never too late. Start today. Start now. Plant one good seed, then another, then another. Slowly, the field of your life will become beautiful again. Never believe you are stuck. Never believe you're broken. Karma is movement. And as long as you breathe, you can change your path. The universe responds, not to your words, but to your energy. Walk gently. Speak kindly. Act wisely. Let the world rush. Let them chase and fall. You walk slow. You walk right. In the end, the slow walker who stays on the path reaches the mountain faster than the runner who gets lost in shortcuts. I will leave you with this. Do not chase success. Do not fear failure. Just keep planting good seeds. Water them with patience. Shine upon them with honesty. And trust that one day you will walk in the garden of your own making. Now go and live like every step is watched by the sky. Because it is. And every step matters. Freedom from fear, the inner armor. Sit down, child. Breathe deeply. Do not rush. I will speak slowly, not with clever words, but with the kind that touch your heart directly. Today, I speak to you about fear, the invisible enemy that hides behind your eyes, in your breath, and sometimes even in your dreams. It whispers to you, doesn't it? That you're not enough. That something bad will happen. That if you don't act fast, you'll lose everything. But what if I told you, fear is not your enemy, it is your teacher. Fear is born in the unknown. The mind is like a lamp. When the lamp is low, shadows appear. But when the light is bright, the shadows disappear. Fear is just a shadow. You don't need to fight it. You need to understand it. You see, most people think strength is about being tough. But true strength is about being soft inside and still not breaking. Like bamboo, it bends in a storm but does not snap. That is how you must be with fear. Bend, but do not break. Observe it, but do not follow it. When a warrior walks into battle, the first enemy he faces is not the one holding the sword. It is his own shaking heart. The wise warrior bows to fear, not to worship it, but to acknowledge it. Then he walks past it. In life, you too are in a kind of battle, not to hurt others, but to free yourself from the prison of doubt. Why do we fear? Because we think things will go wrong. Because we believe we will lose something, money, respect, love, safety. But nothing in this world stays. Even the sun sets. Even a mountain crumbles with time. So what is it to truly lose? Fear grows when you hold on too tightly. It dies when you let go. Let me tell you a small Zen story. A student once told his master, "I am afraid of dying." The master smiled gently and said, "Then live so fully that when death comes, you have nothing left to fear." You see, when we live in fear, we are only half alive. When we remove fear, we live completely. You think fear protects you. It doesn't. It only makes you tired. It makes you hesitate when you should act. It makes you worry when you should rest. It steals your peace and gives nothing in return. So why keep it? When I was younger, I too feared many things. Hunger, loneliness, pain, shame. But slowly, I sat with each fear. I listened, and I found that behind each fear was a small truth. It was trying to protect me. But its protection came with a price, my freedom. I chose freedom. Close your eyes now and think. What are you afraid of today? Failure? Judgment? Rejection? Take that fear in your hand like a small bird. Look at it. Don't squeeze it. Don't throw it away. Just look. Then open your hand and let it fly. The Buddha never said life would be easy, but he said we could be free in the middle of difficulty. That is the power of a free mind. Fear will knock at your door again and again. But once you learn not to answer, it will stop visiting so often. Many people wait for the perfect moment, when they have enough money or health or approval to feel safe. But that moment never comes. Safety is not in the outside world. It is inside. It is in your breath, in your step, in the stillness between two thoughts. Do you know the feeling of standing in the rain and not caring that you're wet? That is freedom. Fear says, run. But calm says, stay. And when you stay, something beautiful happens. The fear fades. You're no longer its servant. Now listen carefully. When you stop fearing loss, you become brave. When you stop fearing change, you become wise. And when you stop fearing fear itself, you become free. That is the inner armor. No one can give it to you, but no one can take it either. Zen teaches this. When a wave comes, don't fight it. Don't run. Just surf. Fear is a wave. Ride it with a calm heart. Soon, you will realize it's not deep. It's just water. You won't drown. You'll float. I will not tell you to fight your fear like an enemy. I will tell you to walk beside it like an old companion you no longer need, but still greet with kindness. This is the gentle way. This is the true way. People often ask, what if I fail? I say, what if you fly? People ask, what if they laugh at me? I say, what if their laughter means nothing? People ask, what if I lose everything? I say, then you will discover what cannot be lost. This world is loud. It tells you to be afraid all the time. But your heart, your true heart, knows better. It knows that beyond fear is a silent power, a strength that does not need to shout. It simply is. Fear will visit you again. Let it come. Offer it tea. Smile. And when it is done speaking, gently show it the door. Now walk forward, step by step. No ruse. The path is not behind you. It is not ahead of you. It is under your feet. Walk with a quiet mind. Walk with no fear. And always remember, you are stronger than the thing you fear. The peaceful warrior within. Sit down. Breathe slowly. Listen, there is a warrior in you, but not the kind who fights with swords or yells in anger. Not the kind who needs to defeat others to feel strong. No, this warrior is different. This warrior is calm, quiet, still like a mountain, and yet stronger than anyone you've ever met. People think strength is shown by shouting louder, pushing harder, proving more. But the strongest people walk softly. They do not need to prove anything. Why? Because they know. They understand. They have seen the truth. The peaceful warrior is born the day you stop reacting and start observing. That moment when something upsets you, but you breathe instead of explode. That's when a warrior wakes up. When someone criticizes you, and you smile gently instead of arguing back. That's the warrior standing tall. You don't have to wear armor to be strong. Your strength is in your stillness. Your power is in your peace. In Buddhism, there's a beautiful lesson. Victory over others is nothing compared to victory over yourself. You can win 1,000 battles in the outside world, but if you're losing the battle in your mind, you have not won at all. The real war is with anger, with ego, with fear, with desire. The real warrior is the one who defeats these without anyone ever seeing the fight. The peaceful warrior doesn't attack others. He watches himself. He is careful with his words. He is gentle with his thoughts. He steps back before reacting. He waits. He sees. And then he moves, not with chaos, but with clarity. Imagine this. Someone insults you. They call you useless, stupid, lazy. The normal reaction is to defend, to attack back. But what does that change? Nothing. Two angry people arguing is like two fires trying to burn each other down. Nothing is left but ashes. Now imagine the peaceful warrior. He hears the insult, but inside he is still. He asks himself, is this true? If yes, he reflects and corrects himself. If not, he lets it go like wind passing through an open window. The words do not stick. They do not burn. He walks on untouched. The world tries to shake you. People will misunderstand you, test you, provoke you. But the peaceful warrior remains grounded. He does not get lost in the noise. He does not chase storms. He becomes the sky, vast, open, calm. This strength does not come in a day. It grows like a tree, slowly, quietly, through small moments. When you choose patience over anger, silence over drama, kindness over revenge. Being peaceful does not mean being weak. Do not confuse the two. It takes great courage to remain calm in a world that thrives on noise. It takes discipline to walk away when your ego wants to fight. It takes true power to stay kind in the face of hate. The peaceful warrior doesn't seek to win arguments. He seeks to understand. He listens deeply. He speaks little. And when he speaks, his words carry weight, not because they are loud, but because they come from truth. He does not rush. He does not panic. He moves like water, soft, but able to cut through stone. In Buddhism, we are taught that every moment is a test. Not a test of the world, but a test of our mind. Will you react or respond? Will you attack or reflect? Will you be pulled by chaos or rooted in awareness? You are tested in traffic when someone cuts you off. You are tested in relationships when someone you love hurts you. You are tested in work when things don't go your way. And in all these moments, the peaceful warrior watches. He is not asleep. He is present, alive, conscious. He knows that he cannot control everything outside, but he can master what is within. That is his battlefield. That is where he wins. Sometimes, people mistake your peace for weakness. Let them. Your goal is not to impress. Your goal is to be free. Free from needing approval. Free from needing to win every time. Free from being dragged into unnecessary war. The peaceful warrior walks away not because he is afraid, but because he knows his time and energy are sacred. He saves them for things that matter. His life is not a battlefield. It is a sacred journey. He trains his mind like a sword, sharp, precise. But he does not use it to cut others. He uses it to cut through illusion, to cut through ignorance, to cut through his own confusion. He is always learning, always observing, always improving. When emotions rise, he bows to them. He does not run. He watches them like clouds. He knows they will pass. He does not identify with anger, sadness, fear. He knows these are visitors. He welcomes them, learns from them, and lets them leave. This is not easy. It takes practice. It takes honesty. It takes silence. But you don't have to do it all at once. Start small. Next time someone says something that hurts, don't speak. Just breathe. Next time you feel like proving yourself, pause and ask, why do I need to prove anything? Next time fear rises, smile gently. Say, I see you, and keep walking. These are small steps, but they are steps of a warrior. You're not here to fight everyone. You are here to master yourself. You are not here to win every argument. You are here to win your peace. You are not here to live loudly. You are here to live clearly. The peaceful warrior is not loud, but his presence is felt. He does not chase respect. He becomes respectable. He does not chase power. He becomes powerful, not through force, not through fear, but through understanding, compassion, and inner discipline. This warrior lives in you. You don't have to become someone else. You just have to remove what is not you: anger, pride, greed, jealousy. Let them fall. What remains is calm, pure, strong. That is the peaceful warrior, and you are already becoming one. So, next time life challenges you, remember this. You're not here to fight. You are here to rise, to respond, to see clearly, to remain still in the storm, to be soft, yet unshakable, to win not through fear, but through awareness. Breathe deeply. Walk gently. The peaceful warrior walks with you, and he is you. You have already won. The final realization. Sit down for a moment. Take a breath. Slowly, deeply. Let go of the need to rush. There's nowhere else to be right now. You've come far. You've walked with the wind, crossed over the fire, and sat in the silence. This is the end of the journey, but not the end of your path. This part is not about new teachings. It is about something deeper, the realization that you have already won. You've been seeking answers, looking for strength, try to win in life. But now look within. Everything you've needed has always been with you. What was clouding your mind was not lack, but forgetfulness. The Buddha did not give people power. He helped them remember that they were already powerful. Winning doesn't mean overpowering others. It doesn't mean having the last word, the biggest house, or the most likes on a screen. Real victory is silent. Real power is calm. The world tells you to fight harder, prove yourself, rise above. But the Zen path tells you, sit still, breathe, and realize you're already enough. Think of the mountain. It doesn't move when the storm comes. It doesn't complain when the sun burns it or when snow falls. It just stays, still, strong, silent. You are that mountain. When your mind is steady, when your heart is open and your ego soft, no situation in the world can defeat you. In the past, you may have thought winning meant getting the outcome you wanted. But as you've learned, sometimes life doesn't give you what you want. It gives you what you need to grow. Losing something may have actually been a win in disguise. Not getting what you asked for may have saved you. Do you see now? You've seen in this journey how your thoughts can create chaos or peace. How your reactions shape your world more than events themselves. How letting go of control brings more power than trying to force things. And now you don't just know these things, you feel them. You live them. There was a monk once who was insulted by a warrior. The monk stood still like a stone in the river. The warrior shouted, cursed, and raged. But the monk remained silent. When asked later why he didn't respond, the monk smiled gently and said, if someone offers you a gift and you do not accept it, to whom does the gift belong? That's what you've become, a being who doesn't pick up what doesn't belong to them. You have learned to pause, to observe, to let go. You've stopped feeding the fire of your ego and started watering the garden of your spirit. And now, what's left is clarity, peace, power that doesn't scream. Sometimes life will still test you. That won't change. But now, you are different. You won't panic in storms. You won't drown in doubt. You will walk slowly, wisely, with gentle eyes and a steady heart. You've also come to see that winning every situation isn't about the situation changing. It's about you changing. When your perspective shifts, everything else becomes light. A traffic jam becomes a moment of silence. A delay becomes a gift of time. An insult becomes wind passing by. And fear turns into understanding. Do you remember the beginning of this journey? When we asked if you were tired of struggling. When we showed how two people react to the same challenge in different ways. Now you see, it was never about the outside. It was always the inside that needed to be won. You don't need to fight the world anymore. You just need to know yourself. And now you do. Slowly, patiently, you've been peeling away the layers. Doubt, anger, fear, ego, expectations. One by one, like removing heavy clothes in the heat. And what's left now is you, pure, clear, awake. And because you now live with presence, nothing can overpower you. Your silence is not weakness. It's wisdom. Your calm is not ignorance, it's deep knowing. And your simplicity is not lack, it's fullness. You have arrived. But remember, this ending is not final. Life continues. Tests return. But you are not who you were. Even when you fall, you'll fall more gently. Even when you're confused, you'll return to clarity faster. Because now, you have your tools. You have your truth. You have yourself. There will be days when the old mind tries to return, when fear speaks loudly, when anger knocks again. But now you will recognize it. You will smile softly and say, I see you, and you will let it pass. Like clouds drifting across the sky. You are no longer the sky, full of storms. You are the sky itself, vast, silent, unchanging. So, as this final chapter closes, take one more breath. And this time, breathe as someone who no longer chases victory. because you are victory, just by being present, just by being aware, just by choosing peace. Thank you for walking this path, for listening with an open heart, for seeking wisdom, not noise. This is the way. This is the truth. This is the life that wins, not with shouts, but with silence. And one last gentle reminder, there are so many views on this channel, but only 0.2% subscribe. If this journey touched you, even in the smallest way, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to Wisdom Woven. Let this path reach more people, more hearts, more lives. Together, let us spread quiet strength in a noisy world. You are ready now. Go live gently. Go live wisely, because you have already won.